Hi, I'm Nicole from Sketching with Rabbits, and welcome to my second channel, Cottontail Diaries. I'm planning on keeping it pretty casual here. I'm just experimenting with vlogging and recording my daily life, and of course, you will see the bunnies. This is the first episode of a series that I'm calling Clearing the Clutter, or Cleaning the Clutter, or Cleaning the Chaos. It's a working title. One of the first things that I wanted to show was the bunny room because we actually got the floors done yesterday. They went from carpet to luxury vinyl to kind of match the rest of the house, and for other reasons, which I'll get to in a second. Since I had to clear out both rooms before the contractors got here, most of my stuff is in the living room and it's kind of a mess. But I thought I would take this opportunity to kind of declutter and reorganize my stuff in the bunny room, which the bunny room is originally my office, but I don't use it as an office. It just holds all my art supplies, and my office is in the living room. So here are some shots of when we had carpet and kind of the reason why we wanted to replace it. As you can see, the bunnies were pretty destructive and made lots of holes in the carpet, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to change the carpet. It got pretty bad in some areas, and even my husband didn't know about it until the night before we got them changed. Their fur also got trapped in the carpet really easily, and our vacuums were struggling. They didn't actually get all the hair out, and I used this tool to get most of the hair out, but I didn't really want to do that all the time. And especially the bunnies that have white fur, Peppy and Duskwing, they shed a lot. Peppy is a long-haired bunny, so she has a lot of hair, and then I don't know what breed Duskwing is, but something in his genetics means that he's really fluffy and he sheds all the time. So it was a lot of fur if they sat in one room for a day. My husband also struggles a little bit if there's a lot of fur or dust, and I figured with carpet it would trap a lot of that. So with luxury vinyl, we're able to vacuum, sweep, or mop pretty easily compared to carpet, and that was another reason why we decided to change it out. So enough of my rambling, let's go ahead and show you where the bunnies are currently set up because it is kind of a mess. So this is the state of our living room right now. Here's Duskwing and Peppy in one cage. And then here's Bean, Peanut, and Sesame, which they were relaxing in their cat tree. Here's what the room looks like now. And as you can tell, it is very echoey because there's nothing in here. This is also the original floor that came with the house. And then this is what we chose. So I wanted it to match as close as possible. And I think it did a pretty good job of matching. The contractor didn't even realize it wasn't the same thing. So before I start moving things back in, I'm going to mop because the contractors did vacuum, but I think mopping will help clean up anything before I move the bunnies back in here. I'm also using the Tinico wet vac to clean. I bought this about a year ago and it's been working great. It's great for small messes and just doing quick cleanups on the floor. It's kind of nasty, but this is what the water looks like. I'm going to dump it and then we can go ahead and do the other room. Here's the other room, and I apologize for the sound. I have the laundry going, but it was replaced with luxury vinyl as well. It's a little dusty here, so I'm just gonna do some cleaning here and then probably on the windows because funny enough, I don't think I've ever cleaned these windows. think there's still some sawdust left over. The first thing I do when setting up the room is put down these non-slip blankets. As you can see, they have a lot of holes in them from my lovely bunnies. But since the floor is now slippery compared to the carpet, I wanted to make sure they don't slide around when they're in their cage. Next, I layer the bottom with pee pads. You can see I brought out the tape measure because their cages are 4 by 6 feet, so I wanted to make sure I covered the entire area. This step is just an extra measure to ensure no pee leaks through the floor, because it is not fun to discover old pee on the floor when you clean up. I brought Peppy and Duskwing in at this moment because the rug that I needed to set up their space was underneath their setup in the living room. I let them explore the place while I gathered their things. I brought in the rug, and then I covered it with some more holey fabric. The bunnies like to tear up the carpet, so this gives me a few extra layers before they reach it. I then attach them all with binder clips so it doesn't shift around. I used 2 of the 4-foot tall X pens as Peppy and Duskwing's cage. I bought them on Amazon and I believe they're for dogs, but these are much cheaper and better than the bunny cages that are sold at pet stores that are way too small. Peppy and Duskwing also get the taller cage because they are both jumpers and both of them have escaped before in the shorter cage, so I'm not taking any chances. Then I add in their litter box cabinet, which is also from Amazon, and I'll link everything down below. And this is normally for cats. The bunnies like to hang out on top of it, so I add a small cat tree to the side as a step ladder. Funny enough, this cat tree is not what it looks like on the listing. They tore up the other pieces, so I disassembled it and made it look like this in the end. They technically don't need this cat tree, but it's an option if they don't feel like jumping off the edge, and I think it's better for their back. Usually I will find these 2 napping on top during the daytime. Their water bowl goes in the corner, and I added this carrier that they like to hide inside. These 2 also get a cage topper because, as I mentioned, they are jumpers and they will definitely escape if I don't include it. I had to lock up Peppy and Duskwing while setting up Bean, Peanut, and Sesame's cage. I've tried to get them used to each other, let them see each other, and used to each other's smells, but they just don't get along. Even just seeing each other causes everyone to fight, so I try to avoid it as much as possible, which is why I created a cardboard box wall between them. Unfortunately, Bean and Peanut decided to fight anyways, and even though it may look bad and I only included a snippet, they were fine 2 minutes later. They were licking each other's faces, so they were most likely fighting for dominance, which does happen from time to time, but it's not as serious as it looks. They just lose a lot of fur. For their cage, I basically repeated the same steps as the other one. These 3 are older, around 6 years old, whereas Peppy is around 3 and Duskwing is 2, So these three get the shorter cage. They don't really jump super high nowadays, and the shorter cage makes it a little easier for me to reach over and feed them or change their water. So here is the final setup. It's actually been about a week since I filmed the last part, so it already got pretty dirty because these guys, have black fur on white blankets, so you can really see their fur. And they also are destruction bunnies. You can see this giant wall of cardboard is because Bean likes to jump up here, and then he somehow found a way to walk along here or jump on top of their cage, which is not okay because over here we have Duskwing and Peppy, I believe, is inside right there, and they fight. So I don't want that to happen when I'm gone at work, so I keep a cardboard wall. Also, this is how it looks when I separate them to have their time out to play. So usually one group of rabbits, either these three or the other two, will be in this room, and they basically are in here the whole day if it's my day off or after work for at least 4 hours. And usually whoever is in here, which today it is Peppy and Duskwing, they just get to run around. These two don't care about the hardwood too much, so that's why I didn't put that many blankets, but the other three do, so I put more down when they're in here. Let's give the bunnies their Saturday treats. It's assortment of treats that I put into one container, and then I let them choose what they want. Peppy, Duskwing. Oh, Peppy. Ow, don't bite my finger. These two. Those two know their names, so they come running whenever they hear it. And these three know the sound of treats. Come here. Don't chase him. Come here. Where'd you guys? And then they run off and eat it by themselves so no one steals it. So I think that's gonna do it for this video. It's really echoey in here. Sorry. I hope you enjoyed this first episode of cleaning the clutter and are looking forward to my other ones because boy do I have a lot to clean. So thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you in the next video. What are you doing? Just trying to do my outro and he just ran over. I think it's open.